everyone! How are you feeling today? I'm Andressa, your online teacher for Shake It Up. Today's lesson is manners and meeting people. Let's have a conversation about manners when you are meeting people. Are you ready? So let's start. What are some good things to ask someone you just met? Sometimes you meet someone and need a bit of an icebreaker activity to get to know each other a little bit better. And questions are a great way to do that and develop a deeper connection with someone new. So, what are some good things to ask someone you just met? If you want to talk about hobbies, you can ask, what's your favorite movie or show? If you want to talk about sports, you can ask, what's your favorite sport or athlete? Or you can talk about travel, asking, where would you like to travel? Now it's your turn. What are some good things to ask someone you just met? Is it okay to ask a person's age in your country? We all know that cultures change from one country to another. In many cultures, people are sensitive about sharing their age, especially old people. Whether someone is younger or older, it's better don't ask about that if you think they might not feel comfortable. So let me ask you, is it okay to ask a person's age in your country? You can say, yes, we can ask each other's age without any problem. Or, no, it's not okay, because it's a personal question. Now tell me about your country. Is it okay to ask a person's age in your country? Are you nervous when you are introduced to someone new? It's normal to feel different when you are going to be introduced to someone new. Some people worry they won't have anything to talk about, or that the conversation will be plagued with awkward silence. Thinking about this, are you nervous when you are introduced to someone new? Let me share some examples. Yes, I feel anxious when meeting people for the first time. Yes, I feel nervous because I worry they won't like me. Or you can say, no, I feel just fine because I know I can talk about everything. What about you? Are you nervous when you are introduced to someone new? What are some ways to overcome being nervous about meeting new people? Meeting new people might make you feel nervous, tense, or uncomfortable because you are worried other people are judging you. Almost everyone has experienced this feeling at one point or another. But what are some ways to overcome being nervous about meeting new people? Let me share some examples. Remind yourself feeling nervous is normal, is a good way to overcome this feeling. Tell yourself you are excited, not scared. Tricking your brain might help you overcome being nervous. Taking a deep breath is a good way. This will message to your body and helps reverse the stress response. Now share with me, what are some ways to overcome being nervous when meeting new people? Do you usually handshake when you meet a new person? Do you know that shaking hands became a friendly greeting because it was proof that you come in peace and weren't holding a weapon? Nowadays, a handshake is appropriate upon greeting and when saying goodbye. as a way of respect. Knowing that, do you usually handshake when you meet a new person? Here are some examples. Yes, I always give a handshake with my right hand. No, I usually don't give a handshake unless the person takes an initiative. No, I never give a handshake because it's not common in my culture. And you? Do you usually handshake when you meet a new person? What do you think are some good manners in meeting people? First impressions matter. They aren't the only things that could towards a good reputation in workplace, but they can have a disproportionate impact. So it's very important to have good manners when you are introducing yourself to someone for the first time. But what do you think are some good manners when you are meeting people? Let me share some examples. Shaking hands and looking them in the eyes are good manners when you meet people. Introducing yourself is a good manner when you are meeting someone new. Smiling and being polite are good manners when you introduce yourself to people. Your turn. What do you think are some good manners when you are meeting people? Is kissing in public good manners? Showing affection is always good for us. But it's not always a good idea to show too much affection at public places because some people might feel uncomfortable and we should have empathy and respect each other, right? So, talking about affection, is kissing in public a good manner? Here are some examples. Yes, I think there are certain times it's okay to kiss in public. No, I think it's not a good manner because it's something very intimate. What do you think? For you, is kissing in public a good manner? What's the best way to teach manners to children? Teaching good manners can seem a little tricky, but a well-mannered child stands out in today's world for all the right reasons. Saying please, thank you, and using a good table manner will get your child noticed in a good way by everyone else. But what's the best way to teach manners to children? Here are some examples. The best way to teach your child good manners is to be a good role model. The best way to teach your child good manners is to praise them whenever you catch them using good manners. Now for you, what's the best way to teach manners to children? What culture do you think is the most polite? Explain. Sit up straight, say please and thank you. Don't eat with your mouth open. Well, most of us were drilled from an early age in proper manners. But once you leave your home country, things are different, and you might face or do things that are unpolite. So, what culture do you think is the most polite? Here are some examples. I think the most polite culture is the Japanese, because they always say sorry, excuse me, thank you, and also respect each other. I think the most polite culture is the Canadian, because they keep saying sorry for everything. What do you think? What culture do you think is the most polite? This is the end of this video lesson. I hope you enjoyed talking about manners and meeting people. Thank you so much for watching this video and learning with Mango Eye. I'm your teacher Andressa, and I will see you on our next lesson. Bye!